We call this meeting to order. I call this public hearing of Hecatachos Independent School District to order. Roll call. Mr.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Trustee Tony Barco,
Here.
Vice President Chris Morales,
Here.
Trustee Rolando Lozano,
Present.
Trustee Juan Jose Ibarra,
Here.
Board President Fernando Torres, Trustee Bobby Pica, Mr. Vice President, we have a quorum.
Okay, let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that the meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. Will you please lead us in the pledge, Mr. Barco?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Rocha, will you lead us in official?
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to start a brand new year, this 2020. We pray that you continue to guide our board members and our Superintendent Dr. Rivera. Give them wisdom, Heavenly Father, fill them with compassion and all of the leadership provided to our district. Heavenly Father, we just ask that you bless them and guide them. And you bless everybody here gathered in your name, and that you bring only blessings to our district this new year. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
All right, we have item number 3, discussion. Item A, the purpose of this hearing is to discuss the Hecatachos ISD Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas. First, presenter is Ms. Sylvia Garza.
Yes. Good evening, Board. We're here once again to present the annual first indicator for the Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas. It is the 18-19 rating for 17-18 data. Okay, so if we, just a little background. The purpose of the first is to hold accountable for the to hold the school districts accountable for the quality of their financial management practices, to achieve improved performance in the management of their financial resources, and the rating is designed to encourage Texas public schools to manage their financial resources in order to provide the maximum allocation possible for direct instructional purposes. This is the purpose of the first. The reporting requirements for the first are pursuant to Texas Education Code and the Texas Administrative Code, Section 109. The Administrative Code requires financial disclosure of the superintendent contract, reimbursements by the district, outside compensation and fees to superintendent, gifts from vendors, business transactions, other pertinent information, and it also requires us to post notice and hold a public meeting.
Ms. Garza, real quick, do we have a public bankroll? Like, in other words, online? Do we have that or no? At the district? I haven't gone through our website.
You mean posted on the?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's posted on the website.
I was just wondering. Why not? Okay.
The rating Hecatachos ISD has earned the state rating of above standard achievement with a B rating for the first. The first rating is based upon an analysis of staff and student data from the 17-18 school year. The first also includes budgetary and actual financial data. The district is rated according to 15 critical financial indicators as developed by TA, TASBO, and other organizations. The report itself, I know it's really small here. I have some extra copies in the back, and there's one on your management report on page 7 and 8. If you want to look at that. Most of the indicators we passed them. There are out of the 15, we missed 3 of them, and one of them is the probably won't be able to see it, but was the debt service coverage ratio sufficient to meet the required debt service? And the answer to that is no. We received, I believe, just a couple of points for that one. A 2. We received a 2. It's between 0 and 10, and we received a 2. And the reason for that is we weren't collecting enough INS taxes to cover our debt service. We've already addressed that issue in the 1920 year by increasing our taxes under the INS with the new adoption of the budget. And then the other indicator number 11, we scored an 8. That was also a 0, between 0 and 10. We received an 8. And basically what that ratio is the spending. We're spending more in administrative costs than we are in instructional costs. So we're just slightly off on that indicator. But
Repeat that, we're spending more.
on administrative costs than we are on instructional costs.
Real quick, I'm also seeing number 14, Ms. Garza. We have a 0, is that a
Yes,
non-applicable or what?
I'm going to get to that one.
Okay.
So, and that one, the 8, we're just a couple of points off. We're working with that one to make sure that with this House bill, since we got additional monies under state comp, so we have a lot more expenditures to make under Function 11, so we'll be meeting that administrative ratio with a perfect 10 on that one. And then the last one is that indicator, number 14, that one does not go between a 0 and a 10. It's either a 0 or it's either a 10, so either a yes or a no. So that one is asking us if we had we were free of any instances of material noncompliance for grants, contracts, and laws related to local, state, and federal funds. This one pertains to the financial audit that we had for the 17-18 year, where we had some findings. We are addressing those as a department. Business office is working really hard to address all of those findings. So for the 18-19, we should show improvement under those findings. Although we may have made improvements, it's either still a 0 or a 10. So once
Okay.
we get there, we'll
Okay.
have a 10. So for the 17-18 data, we received an 80, which is above standard achievement.
Ms. Garza, so when we had this last year, I remember we had a couple, I don't remember, I don't have like last year's, right, and that's fine. But did we address those to where they're now 10s? Or has there been any change from last year's?
On the ones that we missed, or on all of them?
From last year's, the one that we missed?
The
Yeah.
ones, yes. These were for the
So that would be a
17-80.
comparison from last year to this
Right.
year, you know what I mean?
The 17-18 is the year that we just finished auditing.
Okay.
18-19,
Uh-huh.
we're still undergoing that audit, and
Yes.
we're about to finish that. So that's why I'm saying that we've worked really hard trying to correct some of those findings that we had.
So this is 17 and 18,
Yes,
and we're working on 18 and 19.
yes. So they're
Oh, that's
they're
really
all a
far
year.
back.
Yeah, they're a year behind or more.
I know you mentioned last year during the audit that there was an indicator that we would never get to an A unless,
It's that one right
that's
there.
that one, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's,
because that one is either a 0 or 10. If we get a
Correct.
0, we're already starting with a 90.
that's what I'm saying, so that might be the one we need to tackle like the hardest.
Yes.
I mean, we need to get to that one.
Yes.
ASAP. Okay. Okay.
Okay. And just to show you a couple, these are some of the, this is the Region 1 web slide where it shows you some of the districts and the neighboring districts and what their scores was. And you can see a lot of them have hundreds. I don't know how they did that, but they must have not had our auditors, because our auditors are tough.
Or maybe we should look
And
into
so-
their auditors.
And so, pretty tough auditors. So, and some of our goals, our administrative goals, we are seeking an A on this indicator. We want a 100, so we're going to work towards that. And that's basically it. This one just shows the districts that went up and down. That's it. That's all I have.
Yeah, we need that on that last slide, we need that arrow pointing the other direction.
That's right.
All right, okay. That'll work.
I don't need to change, he needs to change.
Is that the end of the presentation?
That's it, we're out of,
And we're working on these
Yeah, we have to wait till 6:30.
for this year to make sure that in 2 years, when the report is made, we have corrected the deficiencies on the data right now.
But deficiencies are being addressed?
Yes,
In a time,
yes.
that's good.
And again, these are 2 years old.
so when we get 18 and 19, we'd be able to compare
Yes,
what went up, what improved, what, you know, and what, they, hopefully nothing got, you know, went down or even messed up on the other items. that we
Right.
learned.
And for next year, you'll be on the 18-19 information, so we're behind. And that's the way it's set up from the state, so it's not really us, it's just us, the state
It's
report.
not that we're behind it,
The
just the
state,
way it's.
yes, yes.
Cool beans. All right.
The superintendent requests that the Board of Trustees convene in closed session as authorized by the provision of the Open Acts Chapter. Item 4 is adjournment. We don't have a closed session for this one, right? It's just adjournment?
No, we adjourn.
It's just adjournment.
So
All
moved.
right, so,
Second.
any motions? Motion by Mr. Lozano, second by Mr. Ibarra. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Adjournment. The time is 6:25.
If we come back and start the regular meeting. Yeah. Yeah, we're adjourned already. We'll go back and-
call the meeting to order. It's January 15, 2020, approximately 6:30 in the evening. I call this meeting of the Edcott Chelsea Independent School District to order. Roll call.
Board President Fernando Torres,
Here.
Board Vice President Chris Morales,
Here.
Board Trustee Juan J. Ibarra,
Here.
Board Trustee Tony Barker,
Here.
Board Trustee Rolando Lozano,
Here.
Board Trustee Robert Schmaltz,
Here.
Board Secretary Robert Peacock, here. Board President, we have a quorum.
Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that the meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. Mr. Schmaltz, will you lead us in the pledge?
Yes.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Rocha.
Heavenly Father, we're together here in your mighty and precious name. As we embark on this new year, we thank you for the blessings that you have placed in our district. And Heavenly Father, we know that this year is your guidance, and that you guide our board of trustees and Dr. Rivera with the wisdom, the knowledge that they need so that 2020 can be the best year ever for Encanto. So we thank this in your mighty and precious name of Jesus, and we say, Amen.
Amen.
All right, first item here is number 3, special recognition. A, school board recognition month and proclamation.
Mr. Torres, can we take a 5-minute break?
Second, and a second.
Second.
All those in favor of taking a 5-minute break, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We'll take a recess for 5 minutes. I know, it's good. They haven't changed. Yeah.